Good day, students. Today, we are looking at chapter 7 of Stigma. Do you know what is special about this chapter? This chapter contains a major turning point that completely changes Nkiru's situation. So, pay close attention. At the beginning of the chapter, Tiwa falls seriously ill with malaria. And despite Nkiru's effort to help her, Tiwa keeps rejecting her assistance. 6 months after her diagnosis, Nkiru goes for a CD4 test. But something unusual happens. Her white blood cell count improves, which is unexpected for someone who is HIV positive. Later, Lanre asks for permission to tell his mother about Nkiru's condition. Though she's worried, Nkiru eventually agrees. Lanre expresses his feelings and makes it clear that he truly likes Nkiru. He also reassures her that HIV cannot be transmitted through casual contact like kissing. Then, they decide to go to a private laboratory to repeat the HIV test. And this time, the result comes out negative. At first, this seems surprising, but they soon realized that there must have been a mistake during the first test, likely due to a mix-up in labeling the blood samples. It is then discovered that Tiwa, not Nkiru, is actually HIV positive. Instead of feeling completely happy, Nkiru feels anger and pain. She begins to think about everything she went through, especially the rejection from her own mother. When they visit Lanre's home, his mother receives Nkiru warmly, even before knowing the full truth. And when she later learns that Nkiru is not HIV positive, she embraces her with even greater joy. This chapter clearly shows that a wrong diagnosis and ignorance can cause deep emotional harm. What do you think about this recent discovery? Put yourself in Nkiru's shoes for a moment and write in the comment section how you would have reacted if you were given a wrong diagnosis only for you to find out that there has been a medical error. What would be your reaction? How would you take the news? Clearly, Nkiru is relieved that she is no longer HIV positive. However, she cannot deny the fact that the entire weight of the wrong diagnosis bore on her heavily and caused her a lot of emotional trauma. But well, we are glad that it turned out well for her. Now, let us look at the key themes that are explored in this chapter 7. Important themes in this chapter include stigma, ignorance, love, medical error, and emotional resilience. Let me briefly explain each of them. Stigma. Stigma is seen in how Nkiru is treated, the way she was treated very badly because people believe she's HIV positive, even though that belief later turned out to be wrong. The second theme, which is ignorance, is shown in how people judge Nkiru without proper knowledge of her condition. And this ignorance leads to unnecessary rejection and pain. And the third theme, love, is shown through Lanre, who stands by Nkiru, supporting her and accepting her, even when he believes she is HIV positive. The fourth theme, medical error, Medical error is a major theme in this chapter because the wrong diagnosis is caused by a mix-up of blood samples. And I believe that it is a call to our medical field, the medical professionals, to be extremely careful about how blood samples are handled to avoid mix-ups that can cause extreme trauma or even sometimes death for the patients. It's very important. And lastly, the last theme, but not the least theme, explored in this chapter is that of emotional resilience, which is seen in Nkiru's ability to remain strong despite the stigma, rejection, and emotional pains she experiences. It's very important. Emotional resilience. We see how the author carefully shows us how Nkiru had to get her strength from within. Thankfully, there was a person like Lanre who also offered her emotional support. And together, she rose above the stigma and isolation she was subjected to by her friends, by her roommates, by her hostel mates, by her classmates, by everybody in the campus. She did not let what she was going through take her down. She was shocked. She was pained, quite all right. However, she did not remain down. She lifted herself up and carried on with her life, knowing fully well that HIV is not a death sentence. These themes help us understand the deeper meaning of chapter 7. You can also share the themes you got from this chapter in the comment section so that all of us can benefit from it. Now, let's look at some likely examination questions from this chapter. These questions are grouped into short answer, character and theme, and essay questions. You can pause the video here to copy them. The first question under the short answer questions is, what illness did Tiwa suffer from? The answer is what? Malaria. Second question, what was unusual about Nkiru's CD4 count? The answer is, it increased instead of decreasing. The third question, why did Lanre want to tell his mother? The answer is, to be honest with her and gain her support. The fourth question, what was the result of the second HIV test? It was negative. And finally, the last question for the short answer section, question 5. What caused the initial wrong diagnosis? Simply, a mix-up in labeling of the blood samples. Now we are done with the short answer questions. We are going to move to the next section, which is character and theme. And these are questions 6 to 8. Number 6. Describe Lanre's attitude towards Nkiru. He is loving, supportive, and understanding. Number 7. Contrast Tiwa and Nkiru. Nkiru is kind and caring, while Tiwa is hostile and rejecting. Finally, number 8, for character and theme, mention 2 themes in the chapter. The 2 themes are stigma and ignorance. These are the 2 themes, or the 2 major themes that are explored in chapter 7. And now for the last set of questions, the essay question 9 to 10. Number 9 says, discuss the role of medical error in the chapter. Medical error led to wrong diagnosis and unnecessary suffering. And I want to believe that because of the medical error, we were able to see through Nkiru's character the plight of patients that suffer HIV. We see the extreme rejection and isolation that she went through, even from her own mother. So, because of this medical error, the reader is made aware of the harmful consequences of HIV, stigma, and isolation. Let's go to the 10th question. How does chapter 7 change the direction of the story? It's simple. Number 10's answer is simple. It reveals the truth and completely changes Nkiru's situation. Chapter 7 teaches us that ignorance and mistakes can cause serious harm. But truth, when it finally comes out, brings freedom. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more literature lessons. See you in the next chapter.